We off pause out here.
Hello.
Good with it. Yeah, we off pause. All right. So, started. All right. All right, man. All right. So, where are we at?
So we stopped at why Henry decided to propose to me.
Did we cover that?
No, we started there. I was
Oh,
about
you
to
said
talk
we
about it.
stopped at that. Okay, go ahead. You want me to talk about it, or you gonna talk about
You the one to propose to me. Why did you decide to propose to me?
it?
Like when you did.
Because
And then I have to tell you the proposal story because it's so funny. Because it's always an adventure with Henry.
because I had it because I decided. Look, I'm back to the candy. Because I decided. I decided that it was like time to stop playing, and I was already feeling like I was already mentally married, if you know what I mean. So it really wasn't nothing but just go ahead and do it. That's about how I felt about it. This year, so you know.
Okay, so when Henry proposed, it was the day before. It was February 13th, 2012. So that was a Saturday. Only reason why I know it's a Saturday is because we were supposed to go to a baby shower. It was Henry's niece baby shower. It was when she had her daughter, Mariah. And both of us had to work, so we weren't able to go to the baby shower. So Henry called me and said, don't worry about dinner. I got reservations, and I guess surprise or what, something. He kind of just alluded that something was going to happen that night. So I get home and we go over to his niece's house and we give her a gift, and then we're just sitting in the dining room just talking, and he just hands me this ring box, and I open it and I just look at him and he's like, open it, and I'm just like, because see, Henry's always like, he always has something up his sleeve, so I'm just waiting this whole time. I'm like waiting for the rest of the story to happen, the rest of his joke to happen. So I open the ring. Now, mind you, it has the wedding band in it, not the engagement ring. So I look at him and I'm thinking, okay, he's going to realize he made a mistake and he's going to give me the engagement ring and he's going to do this whole thing in front of everybody. No. So I'm like, are you going to put it on me? So he puts the ring on me, and I'm still waiting the whole time. Like, is he going to realize he gave me the wedding band and not the engagement ring? So we end up leaving, and we're in the car, and I'm still like, okay, I'm waiting for the rest of this to happen because there's something is missing here. And like we were driving home, or we were driving to the restaurant, and I just say, you gave me the wrong ring, and he's like, I did? I just thought I just gave either one of them. I'm like, no, this is the wedding band. You give it to me at the wedding. There should have been an engagement ring. So we stop at the house, and he gets the engagement ring, and he comes out into the car, and he gives it to me, and he asks me, will you marry me? While we're sitting in the car, and of course I said yes, and we kissed, and we got married. And I cried a little bit, because that was special to me. But the funny thing was that if I would have never told him that he gave me the wedding band, I would have still been wearing the wedding band as the engagement ring. And then the other funny part of the story was his reservations was at Mongolian Grill. They don't have reservations.
Can't make reservations there.
So we still had to wait when we got there, but not for very long. So that's our engagement story. And it's so Henry. That's just that whole experience is just how our life is together. It's always an adventure.
You better be glad we don't got smell-o-vision, because it's about to stink in here. Excuse me.
Don't wake our child up with your stink. Really? Cut.
All right, no cut.
So it's always an adventure. I never know what to expect. But the one thing that's always been prevalent in our relationship is that he always makes me laugh. Whatever it is, whatever we're doing, however whatever's happening, even if I'm mad, he always finds a way to make me laugh. So that's our proposal story. Okay, of course, we did get married in 2012, August 25th of 2012. And so we only had a couple months to plan, so that was fun. I pretty much did all the planning. And But up until that time, there was a lot of preparation things we did. We did go to marriage counseling, which was very important to us. We didn't realize how important that was going to be for us until we went there. And one of the things that we learned, and I don't know if we were going to talk about this, but one of the things we learned is our love language.
We talked about that before.
Yeah, that was one of the things we learned is our love language was at marriage counseling. So for me, it was the whole time up to the wedding as I'm planning everything. Now for Henry, because he picked that topic, you came up with that topic. So what feelings did you have?
Well, anxious, nervous, happy, fulfilled, deserving.
That's a good word.
Yeah, all that.
So for me, I didn't really start having those feelings until I was standing in my wedding dress, waiting for my cue to walk out there. And the funny thing was that there was a door that I stood in front of because I was down a hallway and then I had to turn to go to the front of the church to walk down the aisle. And on the door, it was a wooden door. And you know how like the doors kind of have like the little lines in them because of the way the wood is made? There was a heart in the wood. Like it was just the way the lines were. It looked like a heart. So for me, that made it feel like, okay, what I was getting ready to do was like, I mean, it was even like written in wood that we were supposed to get married. And I remember like getting a little teary-eyed because I had waited a long time to be Mrs. Roberts. And I feel like that I finally, my dreams have finally came true. Like I finally found the man of my dreams and that he wanted to marry me. So that leads into the last name. So it was really important for me, even though for several years we had already been mentally married, it was important to me to be Mrs. Roberts. It was important to me to be able to carry his name. And when we have kids, for our kids to have his name too, it's important our name now. It was very important to me. I know some women have, different opinions about, changing their last name. I personally never liked my last name, my maiden last name, Long. I never liked that. Now Roberts has a very strong, powerful presence in Dayton. Most people that know the Roberts,
the McCombs, the
Davis,
Dixons, the Davids.
Yeah, so it was important to me.
Flucuses, the Georges, the Youngs.
Yeah, so it was very important to me to become a Roberts. It did take me a while to get used to saying Roberts and writing Roberts, but yeah, that was very important to me. It kind of just solidified everything that I had, waited for to happen. So, so there's a lot of things that you find out or that you learn about when you get married or up to when you're getting married, some legal things. So it's important that if you plan on getting married, kind of look into those kind of things, how things will happen when you pass away, what things you can do in preparation for that, such as we have life insurances now that we had before we got married. No, we didn't have them before we got married. We couldn't get them before we got married. Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure.
I think we might have had them before we got married, but anyways, because I think I had to change my last name on it, but anyway, so it's important to look into those kind of things. You can definitely get life insurances even if you're not married. Because you just have to have a life insurance. You have to have a financial loss if that person dies, like a significant financial loss.
Yeah.
So like you can't just get a life insurance policy on a stranger. Obviously, you can get a life insurance policy on if you're supporting somebody in some way, or if they pass, you're going to have a financial burden that's going to arise if they pass, if you guys were sharing bills or whatever. So anyways, just kind of look into those things. Do you have anything to say on that?
We got something to say on everything. We go back and forth on
Okay.
topics. Legal stuff I learned. My debt is now our debt. or her debt is now our debt. So like, if she passed away, everything she owe, I have to pay. Like, cause we legally like one now. It's the same, vice versa, and everything like that. If you're not married and your significant other passes away, it goes to the state first, unless they put it in their will. And I know I ain't gonna don't even act like that. I know 98% of you 30-year-olds don't have wills. Like, for real, because I'm 40 and I'm just now getting mine together. So, yeah, I don't think you 30-year-olds have wills. So your stuff will go through the state first, and then the state will distribute everything like how they see fit.
And
like,
and you'll have to go to probate court, and it's going to cost money. Like, it's not free to go there.
Yeah.
So you're going to have fees, and it can take a while to get your loved ones' belongings. So, there are different ways of getting wills that are not very expensive. So if you are interested, we do have a guy for that. Our financial advisor.
We got a guy for something.
That would be able to sit down with you and explain to you the process, and you would be able to make payments on it if it's something that you wouldn't be able to make to pay for outright. It's very important to have those kind of things. And also, for all of you that have kids and don't have life insurance, or you have anybody that depends on you and you don't have life insurance,
we got two guys for that.
We got two guys that. It's very important that you have.
Three.
It's very important that you have life insurance.
This is what's crazy. Okay, so now check this out. This is okay. I used to hustle or whatever, and I didn't think about this. If I would have been taking like some of that money and been putting a life insurance out on me because I would have been providing for my kids, then I could have had life insurance that way. So if just in case I did get killed or die in the gang, then my kids would not suffer. All you dope boys, get yourself a life insurance and put your kids as the beneficiaries. Like, for real, don't. If you don't like your baby mama, I can dig that. If you don't like your mother of your children, I can dig that. But put the beneficiaries as your kids. You ain't even got to tell nobody. You can just do it yourself and then go. You put your kids as your beneficiaries. So that way, when you pass, you don't have to make a GoFundMe page and all this other stuff. But you know what I mean?
Well, and also you might not necessarily want to make it directly. You want to put them as a beneficiary, but you also might want to look into getting a trust set up. That would be given to them at a certain age.
Yeah, you can set that up too.
And that they wouldn't be able to blow the money when they turn like 15 or something. Like, even if you could have it set that only gives them so much at 18, and then so much at 21, and so much at 25 or whatever, and the money would only go to them. Like, it would be directly given to them on those specific ages.
Think about that.
Depending on how you wanted to do that. So we got like 2 minutes.
All right. Why are we happy? Because we are.
Because we love each other. We got married because we love each other.
Yeah, plus the thing we'll see. Okay, so I can sit that down now because we done and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, then we're gonna be out. I feel like we happy because we was happy before marriage.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, the marriage, all that done was legally connected us.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Through the paper, like okay, you can be the best barber in the world, but if you ain't went to barber college and got an actual degree or none of that, something like that, you can't own a barbershop. Or you can own a barbershop, but you can't legally work in the booths because you're going to have a certificate that says you know how to cut hair. You know what I mean? So, like, that was just our paperwork to show that we was, like, legally one. You know what I mean? So that's basically all that means.
And also let us to file our taxes as joint.
Yeah.
Married jointly.
Yeah, stuff like that. And yeah, so yeah, we having fun. We happy because we happy people. Like, we are happy souls. Like, we not Debbie Downer people. Like, we don't discourage people. We don't degrade people, like, naturally. So, I mean, for us to be happy is real easy because I take everything as a joke. And she get mad about it, and that's even funnier. Like, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so that's that, man. And man, y'all stay prayed up and stay breathing and blessed. And until next week, man. Like, we off pause out here.
Bye, y'all.
We off pause out here.
Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna keep saying it until I keep seeing more subscribers on there. So
1
if you want to stop
million.
hearing me,
1 million.
You want to stop hearing me say it? Please just subscribe. It doesn't take that long.